So this is how I stay disciplined and consistent with daily habits. It's a system that makes it stupidly difficult to procrastinate, and it makes it incredibly easy to stay disciplined. So this is what I've found. If you've read The War of Art, you know that there is so much resistance to getting started. Getting started is the hardest part, far and away, the hardest part of any job you will ever do. The hardest part is getting started. So what I decided to do was, since I believe that your evening starts the night before, I'm like, why don't we tackle the resistance the night before? And then the next day, you're all ready to go. And it has been incredibly powerful. So let's get into the steps. So step 1 is you do your high-level visioning. It's very important to do your high-level visioning and goals. So I have already done videos about my high-level visioning and goal setting for the year. So you can check those out. I'll link those in the description. So that's kind of step 1. You have your high-level goals. And then when you chunk those yearly goals into quarterly goals, and quarterly goals into monthly goals, and monthly goals into weekly goals, you now have all these action items that you need to take care of. And this is where kind of discipline comes in, and this is where you need to stay disciplined, and that's where the system comes in, with which making discipline like virtually like non-existent. So I believe that the start of your day starts the night before. And I believe the same with your work day. I believe your work day starts at the end of the work day before. You're really setting yourself up for success or for failure at the end of the previous work day, or if you're just doing like regular life planning at the end of your day, the previous day. So that's why I like to do my daily planning the night before. I really want to set myself up for success. So one way that I've incorporated this habit is I've set an alarm for my phone. Every day at 7:15, there's an alarm that goes off that reminds me to daily plan. So that's kind of the first thing to do. So 7:15 in the evening, you get an alarm to daily plan. The next thing I do is I fill out this Pomodoro worksheet. And so this is just kind of one of the ways that I've found that helps me daily plan, because Pomodoro helps me schedule in breaks and things like that, and I have a video all about that. But this is actually the template that I've been using recently to daily plan. So first I bring up all the things that need to happen tomorrow, and if you're planning for work, it's really good to do this at the end of the workday because you're already in the work mode. So brainstorming for tomorrow is so much easier than when you come in the next day, you're not in the work mode. So the transition time just takes a lot longer if you don't do this the night before. So I time block all the things that I want to do, and I chunk them into 25-minute chunks. But then this is where the magic comes in. This is really the amazing part. I write down all of the step 1s are what I call them. So like if I want to film a video, step 1 is getting out my camera or setting up the tripod or making sure the battery's in the camera, all stuff like that. So I write down what are some like step 1s, like what would it really take to get me started on this task? And I write down what my step 1s are. The night before, I actually do the step 1s, because doing step 1 is where all the resistance is. You just have a resistance to getting started and doing step 1. So if you can do that the day before, when you're already, on a roll, you've already had your whole work day, you're on a roll, you're in the work mode. So then at the end of your work day, if you just do all your step 1s for tomorrow, it makes it so much easier to get started because the resistance is overcome. The hardest part of getting started is already overcome. So then tomorrow, all you just need to do is jump right back in. And when you outline what you need to do for yourself, it makes it so much easier. You have a clear metric for success, and it makes it so hard to procrastinate, honestly. If I want to procrastinate, I'm like, I've literally made it so hard on myself to procrastinate, because I'm like, it's already set up. My clothes are already laid out. Everything is already set out. All I need to do is show up. Like, seriously, it's not that hard. And so it makes it, and it's like, and then there's kind of the sunk cost. You're like, oh, if I set everything up, I don't want to let that all go to waste. And so there's kind of this dialogue with yourself. And it just makes it really easy to be successful, or at least I've found. It takes the need to be disciplined out of it. And so then the next day, I just do what I've outlined myself to do, starting at all the step 2s. I already overcame the resistance the previous day. I already did the step 1s. Now all I need to do is show up. And it makes it so much easier when you've gotten over getting started. Like, seriously, like some examples of this is I needed to sign up for insurance, and I was like, oh, this is the lamest thing. I really don't want to do this. So the day before, I found the email, and I just had the tab open. So the next day, all I needed to do was go to it. It's already there. And so for the next day, it's just incredibly easy to find things. So yeah, that's my daily planning system. It's so simple. That was incredibly simple. I mean, you do step 1s, but it's seriously life-changing. It's these really simple things that, like, I honestly could have put this in a TikTok probably because it's so short. There's hardly anything to say here, but it's so impactful. I cannot tell you how impactful it is on me not procrastinating anymore, not feeling like I need to be disciplined. It makes it so effortless, because when you're already in the role the next day, doing step 1s is so much easier. You're already in the zone. And all you have to do is step 1. You're like, oh, all I have to do is overcome resistance and open a Google Doc. Okay, that's not too bad. And so you do it. And so if all you have to do is overcome resistance and like open a Google Doc or something really easy, then you'll do it. And then the next day you're like, oh, I already overcame the resistance. I'll just keep going. I already know-ish how this is working, so I'll just keep on going. So yeah, I think it's been so impactful. I really recommend that when you do your daily planning in the evening, you use like this Pomodoro worksheet. I have a video about Pomodoro, which I linked that worksheet in. I can link it here as well. So yeah, I'll link my visioning and goals videos and also that Pomodoro worksheet, because lots of webs in this system kind of that I have in this planning system, but it's all very simple, very straightforward, and has been so impactful in me achieving my goals. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. If you're interested in more videos like this, check this video here. I'll see you guys in the next one.